Hello everyone, this is the LED lens that I'm trying to retrofit on the BMW F10. It is a LED and laser lens. It's something that I wanted to retrofit immediately after seeing that BMW has introduced laser headlights on their 6 Series, if I remember correctly, the first car that used to have that light. It's either getting the car or trying to fit something similar to my car. In my attempt to fit this, I sourced this beautiful lens, which is priced decently. And for one day I managed to have it on the car. Everything was working really okay until the light control module of the BMW noticed something is not as it should, and it didn't allow me to use the laser anymore. I didn't give up, and in my attempts to diagnose and sort it out, I think that I managed to burn the LED driver and also maybe the laser, but I'm still trying to sort it out with the supplier. That being said, overall the lens looks like a good product, and in trying to understand how this damage has happened or the parts that are at fault, I'm starting to strip, or we will be taking apart this lens and taking a look to see what's inside, how they have assembled it. We're going to discuss some of the things regarding the build quality and other things that I will notice when we get the lens open. You guys are able to join along and see what's inside. Should you want to do this type of upgrade on your car, this might be very useful information. I will be sharing with you the things that I'm seeing inside. Also, this type of lens is sold in America under the UPS brand. The guys at the Retrofit Source are selling it as a good product, so you either buy it from those guys or I will link my supplier. Checking the two products side by side, I'm very confident that it is exactly the same product. Without too much introduction, let's go ahead and take apart this lens. The issues that I'm having with this lens, I think, are related to the fact that my car is coded to be looking out for halogen, and the power increase that is needed to allow for the laser to work is not okay with the lighting control module, and it's limiting that function. The story is quite long. I've compared the coding from two cars, a car that has factory xenon and my car, and I think that I've isolated the aspects that need to be changed so that the lens will work without any problem. In the future videos, I hope that I will be able to sort out the issue, and I will show you this lens working, or I will show you the laser part of this lens working on the car. For those ones that want to see the LED part of it, the way that the light output compares to xenon, please watch the previous video. But let's go ahead and continue in taking apart the lens. We have this part, which is plastic. We have a frame. After that, we're gonna reach this module. Here we can isolate, or here we can see the laser. The shutter. Laser and shutter. What's next on our list? We are removing the shutter. Many of the components seem very well built, very solid. see now. This is a strange bit. This reflector is made out of plastic and it is chrome plated. So looking at this assembly as a whole, the weak point that I can see from taking it apart is this part. In time, due to the heat, the chrome plating will get damaged, it will change its properties, and the light output, the light dispersion, the way that the light will be on the ground will be affected. What can we see here? I'll try to show it better to the camera. We have a massive 6-cell LED. We can see Genesis ZM207070. This is some that might help us to get some technical information regarding it. The chip is on a big copper backing plate heat sink, and the overall design of the lens is quite solid. We have cast aluminium on one of the sides. So here we have that LED. Let's see if I'm able to be more visible towards that camera. Laser with 2 wires that are powering it. I'm able to see 2 more wires that are going underneath. I already know what those wires are doing. They are part of, or they will lead to a thermal sensor that is evaluating if the laser is getting too hot. Laser module, some rubber gasket that might hold it in place, some thermal paste to transmit the heat. I will put a little bit more now when I will be refitting it. Underneath, I'll show you some pictures with that thermal sensor, thermal coupler. Overall now, if we are looking at it, it's not a very complicated construction. From a price point of view, this is one of the most accessible LED laser lenses that are available for retrofits. And based on the feedback and based on the reviews that we are getting from the retrofit source, it is a very good product. Also based on my assessment when I was driving the car, only on the LED part of it, the light was very good. For those few hours when the laser was working, I would say that the laser is quite a big difference on the high beam. But overall, now I will try to reassemble everything. I will put a little bit more thermal paste to make sure everything will be sitting as cool as possible, and hopefully the issue with my lens will be only the LED driver unit, not also this laser module. I tried to find some technical information about it and I couldn't find anything anywhere. The only thing that I've noticed when doing some checking is that the LED driver is not really responsive and it's not doing what it should. It will be quite nice if the supplier will be able to give only this part as a replacement after a certain time period. It will improve the quality of the light. It seems like they have some issues with the sizing, because I see some washers being used to compensate some of the sizing. The wiring isn't that complicated. Now, time for the metal frame. On top of it, our plastic lens.